Hi everybody, how's it going today? Working from the office today, so I thought I'd do up the little Family Outreach Worker Friday. So what I wanted to talk about today was something that's probably a reality for a lot of us, and I don't think we realize how this isolation and this pandemic is changing us a little bit, and how it affects us, right? So we're just going to go through a little bit of that today. One of the things I heard from a doctor on an interview, and I think he was on the news, was that lack of contact and lack of connection basically reduces oxytocin, which affects our mood, which also affects our immune system. And one of the things, I coupled that with something that a colleague turned me onto from a program from the CBC, which was saying that on top of what I said last week, where I said we're built for connection, that connection really influences how we see ourselves and our sense of self. So in understanding that moving forward, we realize that part of what we're feeling is feeling about a lack of who we believe we are based on those connections that we used to have with people. And we're built for connections, right? One of the examples I thought was either with my job or with teachers. Teachers got into the job to be in front of students and have connections with students in a real classroom. And that's just not possible right now. So a large part of that is changing their sense of self, right? So in realizing that, we've got to do some things to kind of counteract that. One of the most important things we can is, since we don't have the varied connections that we used to have, one of the things we need to do is we need to pay special attention to the connections that we do have. Stephen Colbert, my favorite late night prophet, said it really well in ending one of his programs. Hug the people you can. That physical connection, just a simple hug with your family or your immediate relatives that are living in your home, is going to help boost that oxytocin level. And you're going to especially concentrate on those connections. Right now, I feel like less of a therapist and less of a professional, so I need to concentrate on being a father and a husband to try and make sure that my mood and my sense of self stay relevant. And I also have to keep telling myself that this isn't forever. So that's one of the things that we need to do. The flip side of that coin, one of the things that happens is we need to let go of a few things. And if I don't get some Elsa memes or GIFs in the comments, I think the internet has let me down. I'll talk to Mr. Morrison, maybe get you some extra credit on that. But like I said, we're built for connection, right? But we can't have that right now. So we're going to have to give up a few things, and we're going to have to technically let it go. For example, one of the things that I really struggled with when we moved to kind of an online continuum, or working from home, or trying to social distance, is a lot of my job is about being face to face with people. And I think that as a counselor and as a mental health professional, I'm better that way. And I really struggled for the first couple of weeks with doing that job and thinking I was failing at the job. Well, I can't be face-to-face with people right now. And so on the phone and connection through the internet is going to have to do. So I have to let go of that feeling and kind of work through that, and then just let that go and do the best job I can for the time being. Teachers is another example. I already highlighted they were built to be in front of students. Well, they're doing the best they can from home in the time they can, and they have to let go of some of that stuff. And I've been online with teachers who are finding things out about themselves and about their students that they never knew sitting in that classroom, right? So they're letting go of some of those things and finding out some new things and building some new skills, which is great. Kind of reminds me of a prayer. It's been used by, oh, goodness gracious, 12-step programs all the time, the Serenity Prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think that rings especially true right now, because we need to kind of really work with the things that we can. And letting some of this stuff go is really going to be important. Now, I want to stress that by letting it go, it doesn't mean that you don't let it affect you. Not working directly with clients has had an effect on me, but I had to work through that and realize, you know what? You're doing the best you can with the situation you're given, right? I can't change that, so I'm going to change the thing I can and do the best I can, right? So I'm not sure how much wisdom I have, but I'm working on it. So hopefully you guys are too. The last thing I wanted to cover is just a review of my main message, man. It's okay to not be okay. One of the things that we're doing right now is we're rolling out some online family outreach worker support. So we took our time because we really wanted to get this right. What we've done is we've got a platform called doxy.me, so that you can reach a family outreach worker face to face and have a conversation about whatever is going on. And I wanted to stress the idea that the position, the job title that I have is family outreach worker. And to me, I take that family very seriously. So if you're a student, a teacher, a TA, a parent of a student, an alumni, you're part of that Crusader family. And if you need to talk, you send me an email and we will arrange a time to talk. That email is btodd@lrcssd.ca. If you can't get around to an email, you can phone the school. There will be someone in the school during regular operations from 8:30 until 4, 5 days a week when we would normally be here, just to make sure that we can still maintain those connections. And if you need something, you can reach out either one of those ways. They will get in touch with me, and we will hook something up online. I'll extend that even. We're going to try and prioritize students and families in need. But if you've read this or watched this somewhere else and you really need to chat, you email me there and I will do the best I can to have that conversation. Right? So we're just trying to find creative new ways to let go of the things we can and then to try and change the things that we can. And this is one way we're doing that. We've reached another week through this whole thing. Great job, guys. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And if you need to, reach out. And like I said, go hug someone who you can. Like now, like go, give someone a hug. All right, guys. See you later.